about meeting back from another one. Yo, we got Queenzflip basically going to Joe Budden podcast and explaining what happened. I mean, was he suspended or was he fired? Let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was one. But so basically, Joe had told me to not waste time on the podcast speaking about anything personal. And I still tried to do it. And then, we had a big argument. 90 minutes of it. But he was the aggressor in this one. I ain't gonna lie. And, people could agree he was saying some crazy things to me. But
which I apologize for.
You have. Mm-hmm. You have. So
that was wrong of me.
He went over there because I recorded this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I recorded it. I told you. I recorded that whole because I had to listen to it home. Nigga, I'm like, yo, this nigga talking crazy. He went by the sink, washed his hands, and said, I'm going to teach him. I heard that. That's what the fuck he gonna teach me? But then we came back and he erased it. And the podcast went good.
The pod, yeah.
It went good, so I go home.
But it was close to 90 minutes.
It wasn't 90. It was like 40, but still.
Felt like 90.
Yeah.
It was 40 minutes.
40
something
minutes.
like that.
Yeah.
I got home after 10.
I only got 35 minutes of it. But, so he says that, so I'm listening to it. But I go home, I got to listen to the whole shit. I was laughing, like, oh, look at this nigga. I'm going to fry him up. I get a call in the morning from Ian. I said, Ian, what's up? I heard what happened yesterday. You care to tell me what's going on? No, I don't. You heard with him. I got the audio. Go listen to the audio. Your man is wilding. He disrespecting me. He's challenging me. That's what I'm telling Ian. He said, all right, buddy, we want you to sit down for a little bit. What? Who said that? You want me to sit down? Cool. And now I'm calling Joe's phone crazy. Calling his phone back to mad times. Yo, you wilding. Let me talk. I got to talk. You bugging.
And then you got arrested?
No. Then I told the nigga in the text, then I said, yo, I'm pulling up. Thinking he's gonna respond. I took a shower. I'm tight. I go to the nigga crib, me and JR. I parked, his car's there, I parked across the street in that little shit. And mad people watching me looking.
Yeah, because you ain't supposed to be where I live.
Cool. I text Joe, yo, I'm outside.
I got Asian neighbors.
I said, yo, Joe, I'm outside. Let's chop it up. Nothing. So as soon as I get to over there, when I'm pulling off, nigga writes, I'm not home right now, and you did enough chopping it up for me yesterday. Oh, I start texting, I'm erasing, texting, I start wilding. That's it, that whole shit happened. So it happened, and yesterday we hugged it out, man, and shit like that, and we gotta understand it, but it was crazy.
No.
What? Okay, go ahead, get your shit, my fault. I do be missing some shit.
So, hey, big dog, why don't you take the rest of the month off?
I can't believe it.
It was June 4th.
I read my contract.
Wait, it's like early in June. I looked at it and I said, damn, it's mad early in June. Then these niggas want to start calling out, come in late. I oughta. I kill this cast. But all right, cool. I'll eat that. Flip gone, yada, yada, yada. The cast do what they want, walking all over me. But all right, once we get to July, we'll be back at our bag. But I'm not speaking to Flip. And Flip is not speaking to me. And I'm on air thinking I'm being responsible. I'm just not going to mention Flip. Mm-hmm. But then that turns into a thing because this thing is so big.
Sure it is. So
then I come on here and say, hey, Flip is not fired. So I guess that may not feel good to Flip if we're not talking. Mm-hmm. When you're not talking, there's just so much room for miscommunication. So now we on like we. So, but we doing good on not talking. What?
He's getting paid?
Yeah.
I didn't know that though.
I was just asking.
That was never in question for me.
Yeah.
See, that's the other part of miscommunication.
Yes. Yes.
All right, that was the end of the clip, y'all. Yo, that's crazy. The fact that it ends on that, like, why Ish like, yo, he getting paid? Like, Ish always looking at, yo, I don't know, bro. Ish might try to do something next. The next person that I'm calling out on the list that might get suspended because they know that they can get paid is Ish. Ish is like, oh, bet I ain't got to come into work, get suspended, and get paid, bet. But no, for real, this is crazy. They gave us a lot of sauce, basically a lot of information on what really happened because I was assuming that he was obviously suspended. A lot of people was on that he was fired, but I kind of knew that he was suspended. I thought it was more off of the arrest and how, like, I thought that was a breach of his contract. So the fact that there was like a segment that was, I guess, cut off or deleted because he must have said something personal because he tends to do that a lot. He tends to bring out what they say you're not supposed to do, he'll bring that into the pod, or they'll bring in a personal conversation that you're not really supposed to bring up, and then he'll bring it in the pod. So I can understand that. I really don't understand why Joe went super duper crazy on him, but he did apologize for it, and I know Flip probably gonna he probably have that over Joe back. I don't know, because if you have a recording of Joe just absolutely going wild, if Queenzflip ever becomes Joe's enemy, it's just going to be it'll be scary, because the amount of ammo he has is like yo, it's OD. Because now he got that in the tuck, 35 minutes of Joe Budden saying the worst stuff to him. But he laughed it off and he played it off because, I think Flip, he doesn't take a lot of stuff personal when it comes to Joe or his friends and stuff like that. I don't know. But obviously he was upset if he pulled up to Joe's crib. He didn't think that he was going to get paid the whole time, but he did. And they said the whole June, but he ends up coming before the end of June. So that lets me know that Flip might have probably been on the right side in terms of I feel like Joe probably overreacted, and I feel like a month was probably just too long. Like, it's like, bro, you got the whole fan base in turmoil and everybody screaming, what's going on? And Rory's gonna try to capitalize off that situation by doing what? Let's hear what Rory was trying to do.
Rory is in there. And they gas. Hey, Rory, what you think of Queenzflip absence? Rory giving it, I love Flip. Flip is my man. We was some of the only people to hold Flip down back on the old show when Joe didn't even know about Queenzflip. It was me that was like, yo, Flip shit is fire. Yo, if somebody bring Flip in here right now, I'll speak to him right this second. Y'all not from Queens, so y'all really don't understand, but I'm rooted in Queens. Flip is rooted in Queens. We have so many mutual friends. Like, I would even interview him if the chance came about. But
So go ahead.
I'm sassy, right?
Super sassy.
I don't give a fuck. I just tell you what my brain be. So I'm listening to all this. I'm gonna listen to all this. Like, yeah, man, I would love to interview Flip. Hey, if you talk to Supreme, son, he starts dropping. Yo, come on. He said that. I don't give a. That's what he said. Yo, Preem, son, like, we got so many people in common. So if he come in right now, I would love to speak to him. I'm in South Carolina. Ain't shit to do. I'm hearing this. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, who pop up on my Twitter feed? You guessed it. Queenzflip. Yo, man, I want to let y'all know I ain't got no beef with them niggas, man. I love them niggas, too. My man called me and said, they shouted me out. Nigga, I'm reading my phone.
Oh, you think he fell for the banana cell fight?
Motherfucker. I just said,
that's love.
That's peace.
That's love. No, peace mean we friends.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's love mean it's war.
Then he went crazy. I'm starting to feel like it's you
Wait,
niggas.
Because I said that. I said that's love. My son is next to me, Roblox, I'm upstairs. But then I took a walk. I took him over to my mom's room for a second. And walked downstairs and just got to thinking. Man, I took my phone out.
He went crazy.
Hey, I'm feeling like all these niggas. And pick a side. Ain't no yada, yada, yada,
no
yada.
neutral.
Yeah, ain't no neutral. I'm with that shit. Ain't no neutral now. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
So basically, that explains our video. Remember, we did a reaction video to basically, we was trying to decrypt or find out what was really going on between that Joe Budden and Queenzflip tweet rampage they went on for a moment. And Joe was like, screw all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, because Tax Stone was on the spaces, and then Queenzflip and then Rory. Well, Queenzflip wasn't on the spaces, but it was Tax Stone, Rory, and Maul, and Rocky Autumn. So Joe was listening anonymously to a lot of these conversations, and he heard it verbatim what Rory was trying to do. Rory is trying to set up like the double thing. Like, he was trying to double back behind him, like trying to do something sneaky, trying to get the op, trying to get one of his cast members and then turn him into an op so they could really, trash Joe, but not really trash Joe by saying his name, but like their greatness without him, I guess. I don't know. Either way, we all know that something was going on. Now we're getting the details of what really went on. Now, this also confirms that Joe wasn't talking about Tax Stone in that situation. He was kind of reacting more towards Queenzflip. But I feel like he was talking about Tax, but for some reason in this clip he doesn't talk about it. But I know that it was the it was the fact that it was Rory talking to Tax Stone about the situation, and Joe already had beef. That's why he was like, "It's love," so that means it's war. So Joe is just around too many of his family and just around too many positive situations to really, I guess, go zero dark 30 and go crazy on people. So like I realized that he sees himself not retracting some of his statements, but kind of like looking like, all right, man, this is bigger than me. That's why the morning after he was like, good morning, this is a different morning, da da da. Like the energy was better because he's processing things a lot more without reacting, which shows growth. Even though he's gonna react a little bit because it's hard to just not react to things, but over time he gets over things. I see it's a lot quicker. That's just my opinion. That's what I see through Joe. So that's why I feel like he apologized to Queenzflip and he let him back on the show earlier than July. So that lets me know that a little bit of accountability is probably taken, and probably he probably learned from his past mistakes. Hearing Rory and Maul had these type of conversations, and the situation between y'all, like it's obviously going to create some type of learning lesson, obviously, right? So Joe basically was like, "Yo, Queenzflip, come back, bro. We all good. You know what I'm saying? We family. You know what I'm saying? Because it's family over everything." And I feel like that's what the Budden podcast try to make themselves more of, especially after the situation before. I feel like Joe is priding a lot more on trying to be more loyal to his peoples. That's why Ish was like, Ish said that question and Joe was like, that wasn't even in question. Of course he gonna get paid. It's not like he not gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? So Ish is like, yo, that's an opportunity I'm gonna take. But that's my prediction. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below, because honestly, you could take this either way you want it. If you hate Joe, you could use this to bash him even more. Or if you like Joe, you could use it like, oh, Joe probably, he just grew up and he have a more mature moment. And this is one of those mature moments that we kind of have to applaud, because, hey, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And a lot of people don't change. And if you're seeing people trying to change and make mistakes, apologize, we have to allow people to grow. You know what I'm saying? And if their relationship, especially when you close like that, sometimes you're going to butt heads. You know what I'm saying? Queenzflip is a dominant character, and he also has a huge platform. And without him, the show lacks a huge presence, because his presence is felt. He's a funny dude, entertaining dude. You know what I'm saying? He brings character, charismatic energy. He's his own entity and his own brand on his own as well. So Joe sees that, and what's wrong with Queenzflip blowing up and Joe blowing up at the same time? It's nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It's me, your boy, Alphamediaroom. Peace.